Hi, guys.
Hi.
We are doing Reddit stories. Well,
Yes.
this is our Reddit page, so I guess we're always doing
Yeah.
Reddit stories on here. But we're reading from the relationship advice for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all going to be about relationships.
My 33 female boyfriend, 30 male, is in love with his best female friend. How do I break up with him when I am 9 months pregnant? I've been with my boyfriend for 7 years and I'm 9 months pregnant with our child. Lately, I've been feeling like our relationship is no longer working, primarily because I believe he has deep feelings for his best female friend. The relationship started when he moved across the country to be with me and met her at his new job. While I don't have an issue with her, I'm uncomfortable with how much effort he puts into their relationship compared to ours. We've been through a lot together, but I feel like we've grown apart. He's never been open about it, but I've noticed things like frequent texting and giving her a Valentine's gift, despite never acknowledging Valentine's Day with me. These gestures feel too personal for a friendship, and it's made me feel increasingly disconnected. I even snooped on his phone and saw he sent her flowers when she was sick, which is something he's never done for me. He basically ignores me when I'm sick. I'll give him some credit that he did actually send me roses for my birthday a couple of weeks prior to Valentine's Day. I tried to communicate how his actions make me feel, but he doesn't seem to get it. I only met her for the first time last month, and it was because I'm pregnant, and he felt like it was time for me to stop thinking she was the big bad wolf, even though I made it clear that she wasn't the issue and it was about his actions for her. After meeting her and observing them together, I don't think anything has happened between them, but if she were to ever show interest, I believe he'd jump at the chance. There have also been other issues, like him staying at her house after drinking without telling me he wasn't coming home and sending her elaborate gifts under the excuse that it was to help her with her relationship. I've stayed because of life events / challenges that made it difficult to focus on a breakup while trying to deal with and cope, especially since we live together. Now I'm at a point where I just don't feel emotionally invested anymore. I'm tired of feeling second to someone else, especially with a baby on the way. I know I want to break up, but I'm torn between doing it before or after the baby arrives. I feel confident we can co-parent well, but I'm unsure if I should wait until after the birth to avoid adding stress or if it's better to do it now. How do I break up with him when I'm 9 months pregnant?
Okay,
What?
that's crazy. He loves this best friend of his.
I'm scared. I'm confused
Why?
also
About what?
because him trying to say like he doesn't want his girlfriend to think she's the big bad wolf, but like what? You're buying her gifts for
You're
Valentine's
sending
Day?
her flowers when she's sick. What?
If Matt did that with his coworkers, I would be like, bye.
I would be like, what the hell?
Yeah, I would be pissed.
That's so weird because, oh my God, they're sick.
Yeah.
Huh?
She's a grown woman,
What, she
and
has the
she
flu?
obviously is in a relationship. Elaborate gifts under the excuse that it was to help her relationship. What does that mean?
Well, what about your relationship? No one should be this invested in another woman while they're in a
No,
relationship.
absolutely not.
Mind you that she's 9 months pregnant.
That's a baby's coming
You should be
today.
buying her flowers every day, massaging her feet every day.
Yeah.
Like, no, you should break up. I don't get why you would continue
Right.
it till after the baby's born.
Right.
I feel like if you know you can co-parent, you should have the talk now and break up. Because what's
I
the
agree
point
because
in
it's going to
continuing
be
that?
harder once
Once a baby's there,
it's going to be harder to break up with him after you have the baby because you're going to be tired. You just gave birth.
also I feel like the vibes from like giving birth and you guys like seeing this child that you guys created together is gonna make you want to stay together. I feel like
Probably for now.
Like for the hormones that you're gonna release,
right.
I would just do it now.
If you really want to break up with him, I would do it now. If you want things to work out eventually, I would still do it now.
It's just crazy to me that he doesn't, like, she's communicating these things to her and he doesn't understand.
Yeah, he's like, I don't understand. And this is a girl he just met.
Yeah,
this isn't even a girl that like
he's been best friends with forever.
Right, I'm coming back there.
Yeah, it's way more comfy back here. Thank God.
Oh my goodness,
so much better. My back was breaking up there. Yeah, that's wild. Wow. I know.
Okay, yeah, she needs to break up. Bye. You need to break up with him.
I can't hear you.
You need to break up with him. I'm trying to hide my toes.
No, seriously. She deserves better. And that's how I feel.
Can't believe that he's acting like that.
I know.
And he moved to be with you and met her at his new job.
That's wild.
Death sentence.
Like, I just don't understand what goes on in your brain when you think that you should like get close to a person of the opposite sex.
It's fine if you're friends. That's fine, but you don't need to be giving her Valentine's Day gifts.
Yeah, it's fine. But, like, to be that close with someone, like, you don't need to be that close to a woman.
No.
Like, Jack always is talking, like, he's friends, the only friend he has pretty much at work, well, that's on his team, is a girl coworker, but he's not, like, fucking weird about it.
No. Matt, same for
Like,
Matt.
he'll be like, he'll tell me, like, stories that she tells him, or like
and I'm like, who is that bitch? She can get popped.
She has like ducks and stuff, and he'll always like send me pictures of like and stuff like that, and I don't care. But like the moment he started sending her flowers, I would have been like, okay, well, you can leave the home and I will stay.
Yeah, actually though,
and you can move out, because what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm trying
unless her dad died or something, then I'd be like, okay, right, understandable. She's sick with the flu.
Weird. Like the fact that he didn't acknowledge Valentine's Day with his fucking girlfriend who's pregnant, but got her a gift. Like, if you're gonna get another woman a gift, you better get your girlfriend a way better gift, like a diamond bracelet.
And don't get another woman a gift.
Yeah. Also, you're 30. This is not normal behavior. Sorry.
So lame. That's actually, he deserves cruel and unusual punishment for that.
Just hand him a sock and tell him he's a free elf now. Slay.
Tea.
All right. Well, yeah, break up with him.
Okay. The next title is my 23 female boyfriend's 26 male ex-girlfriend, 26 female, is creating TikTok videos about me. What can I do? My boyfriend and his ex-girlfriend broke up about a year and a half ago. She has a substantial following on TikTok and frequently posts about her journey of moving on from him and her new relationship. A few months ago, she began browsing my TikTok profile and inquiring about me through mutual followers. She requested to follow me on TikTok, and I accepted her request, subsequently following her back. About a month ago, she posted a TikTok video claiming to have broken her leg and required surgery. I work in the healthcare field at our local hospital. For some reason, she believes that I provided medical care to her while she was undergoing treatment for her leg. In one of her videos, she mentions that the surgery was performed at an outpatient surgical center that I am not affiliated with. Last week, she posted 2 more TikTok videos alleging that I violated HIPAA by sharing her medical information. She claims that I took advantage of her while she was under anesthesia. She also mentioned that she reported this incident to the management of the surgical center, and they are currently investigating the matter. I am concerned about the potential consequences for my medical license. I was not involved in her care and am not employed by the surgical center. I reported the videos on TikTok, but they stated that they did not violate any community guidelines. Our mutual friends are aware of the situation and the fact that she is making videos about me. She had previously blocked me before posting those videos. I know that I did nothing wrong, but the fact that multiple people know that she's talking about me is worrisome. She has a long history of mental illness, including schizoaffective disorder, bipolar disorder, anxiety, and depression. Despite this, she still reaches out to my boyfriend because they had pets together and she can't afford their vet bills. I feel as if she's just making all that up for views.
Yeah, probably. But why are we dragging this other girl into it like that?
I feel like I would maybe make up an imaginary ex and not the ex that, you know what I mean?
That can be like tracked back.
Like this girl that clearly works as a whatever, the same thing that she's saying. Like, if you want to make up a story.
But then also, why are you actually reporting it?
I feel like she's not. I feel like she said that. I feel like she's just saying that on TikTok.
Yeah. I mean,
like, make the story
seem like
credible.
Real. I think this girl's gonna be fine because she wasn't actually there and there's no record of her working there. Yeah, like at all. So, but that's crazy of her, that girl.
The wildest part is the taking advantage under anesthesia.
Like, that's
well, HIPAA's like violating HIPAA is also
a criminal offense. Yeah, but that's crazy. And also,
that's life ruining.
Violate HIPAA. How? When?
What do you mean?
How do you have proof of that if that never happened?
Like, she's acting like she posted a TikTok about and said her medical information.
Right.
Like, yeah, this girl, I did surgery on her.
Girl, no.
Okay, for a top comment says, inform your employer in the surgical center she attended. This reflects badly on them as well, and they will get legal involved immediately. Keep a paper trail just in case. Do you think she actually had surgery on her leg even?
No, probably not.
I feel like she just is making this all up.
But I think that girl should do that to cover herself.
Yeah. And also, if you report any TikToks, they will never say they violated community. They could be
No.
bullying the fuck out
But
of you.
meanwhile, my comments get
But
taken
I
down left
comment
and
you're
right.
a mean, rude bully, and that gets taken
Mhm.
down for bullying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. But this person just told me to
Kill
off
Yeah.
myself. And
But I'm the bully.
yeah, okay.
It doesn't make
Makes
any
a lot of
sense.
sense, TikTok. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Ugh.
This person said she needs to secure the videos, record them. I agree. I think she
Yes.
definitely should screen record them just in case she takes them down and tries to like
I wonder
say
if
she
like
never
she would
posted it.
admit, if she would be like, yeah, they're about that girl, or if she would be like, no, they're not, like they're about, because if she's not even saying like where she actually works, maybe she's
Right.
trying to make up another person, but it's
But
relating so much to this girl
right.
that it's sounding like she's talking about her. I don't know. That's wild.
Probably. I don't know. That's crazy though.
I would be so scared.
I'd be so stressed.
I get so scared, like, even if I know I didn't do anything wrong, I still get scared because I don't want to get in trouble about
I know,
anything.
me too.
Like, I'm so scared. Like, I cannot do anything bad ever, or
I
it'll
agree.
haunt me for the rest of my life. Like, even if I ran a red light or something, I would think that the cops are gonna like track me down,
Mhm.
you know, and be
No.
like,
I run a red light in front of a cop, probably.
no. I don't think I've ever ran a red
I don't really
light
want to
in my
read
life.
this next one. It's like so short. And
Okay,
I think it's
let's-
so dumb.
Yeah, let's not read that then.
Like, actually. Not my boyfriend says I ask too many questions. Do I just shut up and keep to myself? No, break up with him.
Oh my god, please. What the hell? I don't hate it, but like I feel bad for people that post stuff like that because it's like you don't have any like self-worth
Yeah.
to know that that's like not okay and you shouldn't accept that.
Right.
Like I know that there are people like that and I feel bad for them because it's
Right.
just crazy to me that like
You break
because
up.
I'm not like that if my boyfriend was being a dick,
Mhm.
I'd be like I'd kick him in the shins.
Not the abuse. Oh my goodness. Okay, this next one is my mom, 60 female, wants me to donate my egg, 30 female. How to save our relationship. My mom has been with her husband for about 15 years. She is almost 20 years older than he is. She has 3 kids, a lot of health issues, heart, and last year something similar to a stroke. He has no kids but really wants some. Recently, she has shared that she is actively losing weight to have another pregnancy. She has already tried IVF with her own frozen eggs and it didn't work out, thank God. Now she is asking me to donate the egg. I am terrified. I really don't want her to get pregnant because I'm not comfortable with the idea of my biological kid not being with me. Most probably will kill her. I don't know what I should do with my child/sibling when she's gone in 10 to 15 years. Her husband is very toxic and I don't want my kid to be around him. It is especially painful for me as I had my first pregnancy last year and due to complications had to TFMR.
What does that mean?
Terminate for
medical reasons.
My mom is now actively trying to persuade me to postpone my attempts for your health reasons while pushing me to donate an egg. I know I won't. Question is how to communicate it. Also, I'm kind of mad at her for asking me to do this. What do I do?
Some of the way this was written was scary.
Yeah.
But that's first of all, a doctor would let you donate an egg to a 60-year-old. She's past menopause. She hasn't gone through menopause yet. There's no fucking way.
There's no way. 60?
Is this real?
But there's an update.
Yeah, what the hell? Read it.
Hi guys, here's an update to my crazy donor situation. First of all, thanks a lot for your ideas. One of the commenters suggested that I write it down and I did. That was brilliant. I'm really struggling to communicate my thoughts when I am nervous and speaking. Gathered all of your points/suggestions and sent this message. Hi mom, I talked to my doctor and reviewed and researched the topic of the donation. I will not be doing that. I do not qualify for this anyway. I also find it quite inconsiderate to ask me for that after my experience last year. I as well very disappointed that you did not give a second thought on how it will influence me, my mental health, and the dynamic of the relationships in our family. Regarding your pregnancy, it is fully your decision, but I would like you to consider the following points. I am worried about how it will affect your health. Little bro's name is still way too young and needs you a lot. It is irresponsible towards him. Pregnancy in 60s has high chances of abnormality. It is irresponsible towards this hypothetical child. Even if it all works out, I am afraid you won't be able to provide necessary care to this child, especially in his teen/young adulthood. You will have to do childcare alone. We both know your husband won't help, and you just started to do the self-care you needed. Additional stress and work is not what you need at this stage in your life. You should be enjoying your retirement. I really hope you will look into this before you decide to proceed. I was left on red for some time. TBH, I kind of thought it is NC time again.
No
No
contact.
contact. Then she answered. She apologized and she said I was right and that she didn't want to offend me. The only thing she claimed I am wrong about, will stay very active in her 80s and that it is more psychological barrier people have. I answered, sure, I hope you stay active until your 100s, and that was it. I'm so shocked that it went so smoothly. I know it doesn't sound very exciting to you, but in my eyes, that this is giant. My mom never apologizes. I guess she actually did not want it as well. Or maybe stroke after last round IVF was scary enough. I don't know. Compulsory question at the end. Any thoughts?
What the hell? I'm just confused how she hasn't gone through menopause. I'm still stuck on that.
I can't figure it out. Can you have a baby that late?
Do people actually have babies that late? Like, I genuinely have I've never heard of anyone ever having a baby that old.
While natural pregnancy becomes increasingly unlikely after menopause, with assisted reproductive technologies like IVF and egg donation, it is possible for a woman to have babies in their 60s.
Wait, I'm sorry. It becomes increasingly unlikely? I thought it was becoming impossible.
Natural. Wait,
Wait, why isn't it saying impossible? Increasingly unlikely? There's no way. You can do IVF after menopause as well.
Well, yeah, because the only reason why you go through menopause is because you run out of eggs, right?
So then how the would you get pregnant? Pregnant?
I don't know.
I'm genuinely confused.
I don't know what menopause is. Menopause? Don't know what to tease.
Have 60-year-old women had baby before? I'm sure if that's possible they have, but like to me that's my mom's 60.
I know.
She would be pregnant right
73?
now? Girl.
The oldest woman to give birth is Aramati Mangama, an Indian woman who gave birth to twin girls at the age of 73 in 2019.
Twins?
Through IVF.
Twins? So she was trying to get pregnant? That's so irresponsible. I think that's irresponsible.
I agree.
73?
The world's oldest mother gave birth at age 66.
Okay, but what about the 73-year-old?
But it says natural.
Okay. I think if you're over... Is this a hot take? If you're over 50, you shouldn't be getting pregnant? Pregnant?
No, I mean, I was about to say if you're over 45, I feel like that's a little old.
I agree. How old is Kim Kardashian? No, Courtney?
Like 40.
She just had a baby. I think she's 40-something. 45? Yeah, because Chloe just turned 40.
Yeah, she's 45.
Yeah, so I think...
That's good enough.
I think...
If you want to have a baby, but you have to think about, like, you're 50, 60, 70 years old. You're not living that much longer. No offense, but it's true.
That is really irresponsible. I don't even think that you should...
Be allowed? What?
Yeah. Well, I don't think that, like, the government should control that. Not like you. But, like, I don't think that it should be... I don't know. It shouldn't be possible.
It shouldn't be possible.
People shouldn't offer IVF at 70 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because that's just, like, irresponsible to the baby. The baby has way of a higher chance of coming out with really bad complications.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
By the time menopause occurs, most of the eggs have been used up. The
Where do
ovaries
they get used? Just out in your blood?
What? You ovulate and your egg leaves every month,
crazy.
once a month.
You don't regenerate none?
No, you're born with all of the eggs you'll ever have in your whole life when you're born.
Crazy.
That's dumb.
That's so dumb.
Make a new one.
Why can't our bodies make new ones?
That's why I don't really think I understand what IVF is. Is it making new eggs? No, right?
IVF? In vitro? I don't know. Isn't it just putting an egg?
IVF does not create new eggs. It simply stimulates the ovaries to mature more eggs than usual during a natural cycle. Instead of producing a single egg each month, IVF uses hormone medication to encourage multiple eggs to develop. Oh. Because once a month you only ovulate one egg.
What? Really?
Yeah, girl, what do you mean?
One egg? I thought a bunch of little eggs came down.
I don't think.
thought you ovulated a bunch of eggs. I don't know nothing about my own body, girl. I had to take reading recovery instead of health, so.
Only one egg. Typically only one egg.
That's crazy.
Why? Why do you need more than one? Why do I need any eggs coming out? No egg, no sperm, no egg, no sperm going in, no egg coming out is what it should do.
What do you mean by that?
Like, eggs
You
should
never want to
not.
get pregnant?
No, eggs should not come with no sperm.
Yeah.
The egg should
I
be
agree.
stimulated by the sperm smell or whatever happens up there. And it should say, oh, I'm coming.
Yeah.
And the egg should calm down to the sperm.
But the sperm comes up.
Sperm come up, egg go down.
Oh,
At the
really?
same time, I'm saying. Because, like,
I thought just the sperm was flying into the eggs, and the eggs were just chilling there.
you thought the sperm went to all the eggs?
Yes.
All your eggs. You would have 40 babies, probably 4,000 babies at once. That's like crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
What do you mean? Every month you ovulate and your egg comes out of your ovary, goes down the fallopian tube into your
And that
uterus,
one egg.
and the one egg sits on the side
And
of your
waits to
uterine
get
lining, and
pregnant.
it says, "Where are my sperm?" And then if you're trying to get pregnant, the sperm goes in,
and
and it goes to the egg and fertilizes it.
so
And
all,
if you don't get
all
pregnant,
the sperm goes to that one egg.
yeah, girl, and one winner. Dun, 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 dun.
That's
You're the winner.
crazy.
And then at the
So-
end of the month, if you're not pregnant, your body says, "What the fuck is this thing clinging on the side of here? Get it out!" And it goes out of your pussy.
Not the. I do not fart when I'm on my period.
Neither do I,
girl.
but
No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I have more farts when I'm on my period. I'm scared.
not the
Why?
full history lesson. Not the history.
Not the history. Girl, I'm telling you, I really did have to take reading recovery instead of health. Isn't that fucked up? Everyone else was taking health class.
1 in 2 million eggs.
That's a lot of eggs. But you don't have 2 million periods. So you still have eggs for a while.
Average.
You don't have 1 million periods.
But you don't have a period for every egg.
I thought that's the whole lesson you just told me.
I know, but like as you get older, then your hormones don't work as well. So then you're not releasing eggs.
Oh,
Menopause.
okay. But then you got...
It says by the time a woman reaches puberty, she has about 300,000 to 500,000 eggs. But where did the other
What?
500,000 go?
They just vanished? What? I'm scared. What?
I only have 100,000 eggs left.
That's crazy.
I better get to work.
Wait, 1,000?
By the time
You only have you only have 1,000 eggs by the time of menopause?
I wish we laid eggs like a chicken.
I know, same.
That'd
That'd be nice.
Then we wouldn't have to give
I would have
birth.
so many more babies, which would probably not be good for the world. I would. I'd like to have a lot of babies if it wasn't like me having to rip my puss open.
That we could have scrambled eggs, girl.
Well, if they were unfertilized.
Imagine if every month instead of like having a period, we just had an egg that was unfertilized come out and we made breakfast.
That should have been how it went.
I know. And then you had
That
to
would have been like
warm
perfect
them.
because we could
Like a chicken.
provide our own food for us instead of having to hunt and forage.
1 egg a month is
Yeah.
gonna be enough food.
We can
How
ration
big is
it.
it?
Definitely bigger than a chicken egg.
Probably like what?
Like the size of a baby.
Oh my god! Imagine having to push that out once. Oh god. Wait, our stomach would it get big? Wait, where are they stored? Wait, do chickens just have eggs inside of them that big like that?
Yeah.
No, it grows. I
don't
think.
know. Yes, gross.
This is not a history. This is not a lesson on chickens.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
And anyway,
That was
next,
crazy.
Next story, please.
Okay, next story. I'm gonna read that one for my TikTok. My mom wants me to donate her.
Yeah, you should.
Okay, anyway, sorry. The title of the next story is My 23 female husband, 24 male, wants me to get rid of my cats, and I feel like I'm losing my mind over it. My husband just got accepted into med school, which is very exciting. He got accepted first round of applications, and I'm extremely proud of him, but this means that we have to move away from our home state. We're moving 8-ish hours away, which would be tough on its own, but we also found out that I'm pregnant with our first and due in September. To say I'm freaked out is an understatement. We hadn't planned on getting pregnant this early in our marriage and med school, and I kind of feel like my life is imploding. Yes, lots of good things are happening, but it's stressing me out like crazy. I've been holding on to the fact that despite having to move into a new city, away from anyone I know, and having a baby as a first time mom, I would have my two cats that I've had since they were 8 weeks old. I rescued them from a bag on the side of the road, and I have loved every second of the 4 years of having them. Well, my husband took me for a drive yesterday and told me that his dad called and talked to him and thinks that we should get rid of the cats because it will be too much for us to handle first year of med school, and he agrees with his dad.
What?
When he told me this, I just started crying because firstly, I'm pregnant with raging hormones, and second, these are my babies. I've raised them since they were tiny, and they were my rock during college, while my husband and I were long distance dating before getting married. I pretty much cried all day yesterday because I feel like I'm not being given a choice. My husband already has a person he plans on giving the cats to, and he agrees with his dad's reasonings. I was totally inconsolable yesterday, so he called his dad to talk to me, and it just made it worse because his dad was like, I know it's hard, but it's for the best. You need to be choosing what's right for your husband and the baby. But I feel like no one is asking what's right for me. I'm about to be a new mom in a new city with no friends or family. I'm putting my career on hold because of this big surprise, and I already feel like I'm losing my identity. Half of my friends and family call me Mama instead of my actual name. I'm still me. I'm still here. I'm losing my mind. It's
Oh.
not fair. I don't think it's fair at all to expect me to give up my cats while I'm already giving up so much. I said this all to my husband, and he said that I was being selfish. Am I? I know this is big for him and that I shouldn't be upset, but I am. Everything is out of control, and now this whole family is telling me that my cats are a burden and that I have to get rid of them. I don't understand, and I feel like I'm going crazy. How do I explain to him that this is ripping my heart to shreds? How do I make him understand that I'm not okay with these cats being removed from my life?
Why do the cats need to go?
What are you taking care of? 5 horses in your backyard? Why are you acting?
What?
Why are they acting like it's like 5 horses in their backyard and they have to like shovel manure and feed them 200 pounds of food a
He's acting
day?
like the cats are like bad or like attacking him or be like dangerous or
They're
something.
they're too much work. Cats are the easiest
Right, that's what
damn
I was gonna
animals
say.
ever. Are you kidding? It's not that hard. And if anything, she needs the like emotional support being pregnant and having to move to a new state while you're gonna be in med school, never around.
Yeah.
What?
This comment says, this is not good news for future women who are his patients. MDs like this are dismissive of women's health concerns, and instead of listening and collaborating with his patients, he'll just decide what's best, what's what, and the woman will walk out without their needs being addressed, which is true. Like, huh?
Yeah.
What is a cat doing? I don't understand.
That's wild.
I would tell him, you get out, actually.
Yeah,
I'll live with the cats by myself.
I think it's crazy. I'm not saying it's her fault, but like if a man was like this, I wouldn't be having a baby with him.
No, but how would you know he's like this?
I don't know.
Like,
He has to have shown some type of red flags, no? He's just randomly like, you need to get rid of your cats. And my dad says so. So listen to him. Like,
and he's
ew.
younger than you? Oh, no. You're younger than him.
Like, knowing how important they are to you as well. Like, I know for a fact that Jack would never do that. And if I thought that he would, I would never be with him.
Mm-mm. I don't understand. If he's going to be in med school,
Why does he care?
why does he care? He's going to be so busy all the time, literally all the time.
She's going to be all alone.
With a baby. And
I
cats
almost
are...
feel like something's wrong with him.
Okay.
Like, he's like, I don't even know.
It would be one thing, like when I read this title, I thought maybe like, okay, maybe he's allergic to them.
Nothing.
Maybe they attacked him. No, just his dad said so. He's got some deep-rooted daddy issues, probably.
That's the worst, is when like
And,
an adult has to like listen to everything their parents are saying. As an adult, well, he's 24. Wow. I mean, you're still an adult.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't know. I say don't get rid of the cats, get rid of the husband, girl.
the same. But that's so annoying. She's pregnant.
I know.
The first comment says, there are two people in your relationship, neither of which is his dad. He doesn't get a vote.
Agreed.
100%. The complete lack of care for his wife's feelings doesn't bode well either.
Mm-hmm.
This is not good news for their marriage. OP's husband is going to make a horrible MD if he still can't make his own decisions and expects his dad to.
I can't.
That's so actually rude and annoying. I hate that so much.
It makes no sense to get rid of a cat because it's too hard.
And also, like, you should just listen to anything your pregnant wife tells you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
I agree. Okay, next one. Kicking out my partner, 22 female, after she told me, 24 male, to stop seeing my daughter. My partner, 22 female, and I, 24 male, have been together for just under a year now. A few days ago, she asked if we could talk, and I immediately feared she wanted to break up. However, after our conversation, it was not what I expected at all. A bit of background for this is I have two daughters, aged 4 and 2, and became a single dad when I was 20. Just a few months after my first daughter was born, her mother left us, and I've been raising her on my own ever since. About a year or so later, I met my now ex-partner. She was very pregnant and, like me, was facing the reality of being a single mom soon. Her baby daddy had left her and their daughter, leaving her with no support. We were together for almost 2 years and were a blended family, and during that time, I raised our youngest daughter as my own, loving and caring for her as such. Both of my daughters are daddy's girls, and I cherish our relationship. I've never once second guessed my role as her father. Unfortunately, my ex partner struggled with mental health issues, including BPD and bipolar disorder, which eventually led to infidelity on her part. Despite our attempts at couples counseling, I realized I couldn't continue the relationship. We split amicably, but I made a promise to my youngest daughter that I would always be there for her, and I fully intend to keep that promise. She spends weekends with me and occasionally stays a few days during the week, and this has been a constant for over a year. Now, fast forward to the present, I met my current partner shortly after my breakup, around a month later. Honestly, it was supposed to be a casual fling, but we hit it off so well that we ended up spending the whole night talking, playing games, and getting to know each other. We didn't go beyond kissing, but it felt great. From the start, I was open about my situation being a single father to two girls and the unique relationship with my youngest daughter. At the time, she seemed fine with it and didn't bring it up again. During our recent talk, she expressed that she's uncomfortable with the fact that I'm still involved in my daughter's life and my ex's life. She said that it's emotionally ignorant and unfair to her that I continue this relationship, and in her words, you can't possibly love her as much as your actual daughter. She's not even yours. This hit me hard, and I admit I didn't handle it well, and it turned into shouts on both ends. I told her to leave my house. Crappy part was both my kids were in their rooms and heard the whole thing. I really hope they heard hardly anything or nothing at all. It was probably the first time they ever seen me like that. She said she went to stay with her sister, and now everyone is messaging me from her friends and family, backing my partner's opinion that she isn't even mine and questioning why I care so much about her. Thankfully, my family is on my side and are doing their best to support me emotionally, but it's hard as they live in another state. My mother and stepdad are planning on flying in this coming weekend to help out, which is the best news I've heard all day. Honestly, I'm really confused right now. Am I being unreasonable or unfair? I'm struggling to process my emotions and don't know what to do next. Note, I should also add that my ex and I remain decent friends, and she is a great mother to our youngest daughter. However, my oldest daughter's mother is currently MIA. My youngest daughter's mother is a great mom but works as a flight attendant, so that is only the only reason my daughter stays with me a couple days a week on some occasions, so she can pick up extra hours when she wants/needs. This only occurs 3 to 4 times a month, if that. Mentally, she is much better, and we just didn't work out, but continues to make sure that our daughter will always have me as her daddy. Also, my girlfriend now doesn't live with me. She does, however, stay a few nights out of the week, and we do go out when I find the time. I haven't heard from her since the incident, which maybe is the best, question mark.
Yeah, what the hell? You need to find someone more mature.
Yeah, what is this bitch talking about?
What the hell? Like, find someone more mature that
How
doesn't
long?
think that you should just
A year?
give up. Like,
What are you supposed to do? Okay, I also just really need to say that the girls are 4 and 2. I don't think they heard you. And if they did hear you,
they don't understand.
they not gonna know what's
Saying,
going on.
why do you care so much about her? Is
That's
wild.
crazy.
Like, I would be concerned if he didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I think
He's
that's
a good.
admirable.
Sorry, he's a good guy.
Sorry, he's a good guy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
God forbid.
God forbid you found a nice man.
Yeah.
Who's
that
like
actually cares
cares
and
about
wants
people.
this little girl to have like a constant father figure in her life
God forbid.
and not have daddy issues.
She's obviously just uncomfortable with the fact that he has kids at all. I
Yeah.
think.
And also, she doesn't want him talking to his ex, is for sure a big part.
I feel like maybe you should get back together with your ex.
Or just find someone that is mature, emotionally mature. Because
Yeah.
clearly this girl has
She's only
a lot
22.
a lot of emotional maturing to do. That's wild.
Yeah, and you haven't heard from her since. It's definitely
I
for
would
the
block
best.
and never speak to her or think about her again. And like her and her family can fuck off.
So, by your girlfriend's logic, if you had an adopted daughter, you couldn't possibly love her the same as your biological daughter.
Yeah. So what?
She clearly is just young, bro. She's too young for you, bro, even though you're only 2 years older than her.
Yeah,
But
that's the only thing that is like,
he has he has two kids, and that forces you to grow up and be
yes.
mature.
And like also understand the bond and connection between kids. Like
Yeah.
it opens up a whole new world.
Mm-hmm.
A whole
New
new world.
world.
Wait, why
New
was that
album.
kind of good?
Our album comes out next week.
Okay, should we read the last one?
Yeah, what is this even about?
Okay, the title is I don't know if I'm still in love with my fiance, but the wedding's already paid for. We've been together for almost 6 years. I proposed last year, and at the time, I was so happy to have her as my fiance. We were in that sweet spot, stable, happy enough, no big issues, and life seemed on track. But lately, I've been having doubts I can't ignore. Not because of anything she's done, she's kind, reliable, and I have no doubt she genuinely loves me. The conflict is I don't know if I feel the same anymore. Not the way that I should. Sometimes I zone out when she talks about our future kids, moving, retirement plans. I want that, just not with her anymore. I used to feel lucky to have someone like her, and now I feel trapped and uncomfortable. I even started texting this girl from work. Nothing physical has happened, not even flirty texts, but I look forward to her messages, and that makes me feel so guilty. The worst thing is that our wedding is in 4 months. Venue is booked, deposits are paid. Our families are excited. I know cold feet is normal, but this feels deeper than that. I wish I could just hit pause on everything. I don't know if I'm staying because I'm scared to start over or because it's easier to keep going than to blow up everyone's expectations. I haven't told anyone aside from my best friends, and I'm scared of the future right now. I'm stuck right now. I don't want to do this, but everything is already in motion. It's a difficult situation for me. I feel like that happens a lot. Like getting engaged tests your
Mm.
relationship.
I also feel like this person is just scared.
Yes, of like
I
the commitment and getting married.
Because I think everybody kind of goes through that, whether before you're engaged or while you're engaged. It's like, holy shit,
Yeah, like
is
because
this what I want for the rest of my life?
mhm.
And like, it's okay that you feel like it's not, I guess. I mean, not really. It's not okay that you feel that
I
it's not
mean, for
because
this
you're
time, but like
engaged.
I feel like this is something that you kind of assess your feelings and you work through.
Mm-hmm. Like maybe
And
get a
if you really,
therapist.
yes, a therapist. And if you really can't get through it, then, and if you really feel that, then okay. But I feel like knowing that everything changed, like it was like a switch flipped as soon as you,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much as soon as he like proposed and realized they're getting married soon,
Yeah.
is when everything changed. And like it's definitely like it's a pressure cooker for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's a reason a lot of relationships end because once they get engaged, things get really serious, and then that's when people really start to like freak out or
Right.
even just realize that maybe actually this isn't the relationship for them. Because
Right.
it's also fine if it's not. I mean, you probably shouldn't be
Right.
texting someone else, but
No, yeah, you
like
need to stop
you
texting
need
this
to
girl.
probably just figure your life out first before
Yeah.
you try to. I know
Involve
even if
someone
you're not
else.
flirting, it's still like you
Yeah.
obviously have something in your brain for this girl. So, and
Mm-hmm.
that's not okay, but
This person has some good advice, basically saying like take a solo vacation and like get away for a little bit and see if you like do you miss her? Do you feel happier without her? Do you like remove yourself from the situation? You don't have to even talk to her yet,
mhm.
but like go for a weekend away or a week away and go see your parents or go see a friend that doesn't live near and just get away and then like see how you're feeling. Like almost feel like I don't want this person to be like, we're breaking up. Because I
Yeah.
feel like he's going to regret it.
Same. I feel like
Or
he's
they. I
like
don't know if it's a guy, but
thinking the grass is greener
yeah.
on the other side.
Right.
And that's very,
That's normal to feel that way.
yeah. And it's most
Right.
likely not, fortunately.
Right.
Actually, fortunately.
Yeah. And I think also once you get away for a little bit and you see how you felt, whether you did miss her or you didn't miss her and you feel happier without her, you need to talk to her immediately
Yeah.
and tell her how you're feeling because
Wait, really?
yeah. Are you
Like break up
kidding?
with her?
No, he needs to be like, I'm like, if Matt was feeling this way, I would want him to talk to me about it because I would want us to go to therapy and like figure out why he's feeling like that.
Okay. If he was suggesting therapy, then yes. But if he's just telling you that to like get it off of his shoulders, I would
I'd be
feel
like,
worse.
do you want to break up?
Yeah.
Because we
But I feel
can.
like you shouldn't talk to your partner about that unless you know the decision that you're going to make.
No. I feel like I would want him to talk to me. Like, I wouldn't be able to make the decision without talking to him. I can't even decide what's for dinner.
I feel like it would just like it would kind of hurt your relationship though, because then you'd like always be
No.
thinking, is he gonna feel that way? Is he still feeling
I
that
would
way?
feel more that way if he said, let's go get therapy, and then in therapy he said that. Then in real life, outside of therapy, I'd be like, oh my God, is he feeling like that again? But if he came to me and was like, I've been feeling like this and I want you to know because I want to work on it together.
Yeah.
Because then I'd be like, okay, like at least he told me and now we're working on it. Open communication.
Yeah, if as long as it's
Unless
like
you're like,
he wants to work on it and he's like seeing like he
Right.
wants to move towards
Being-
working on it.
Right.
But I feel like if he was just like, hey, I don't feel like I love you anymore and I don't really know if I want to get married, and then that's it. But there's no
I'd
solution.
be like, okay,
there's
we're either
nothing.
getting therapy or what? We're breaking up?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the two options.
Mhm.
You gotta tell her though. You can't, what are you gonna do? Get married?
Definitely don't get married if you don't want to get married. That's
Like,
for sure.
No.
That's
Yeah, also
the worst mistake of your
the
life.
wedding
Who cares
is
about
paid
it being
for?
paid for?
The wedding is paid for is the craziest thing I've ever heard because it's just money. And I know it's a lot of money, trust me. I know it's a lot of money, but
You're going to have to pay for a divorce.
you're gonna regret it if you get married.
At least for this one, you can just pay for it because it's already paid, and then you don't have to pay for a divorce.
And you could probably still get some deposits back because I
Yeah.
know that I don't owe a lot of stuff until like 2 weeks before.
Mhm.
So you could just cancel it and it's fine. So that's my advice.
That's like the worst reason to get married because you
Because it's
already paid
paid
for stuff.
for?
Huh.
Girl, that's
wild.
crazy. I'll be so mad. When you were reading it, I was like, wait a minute, is this mad?
Shut up.
And then I was like, nope, the wedding's in 4 months.
Sometimes I read stuff and I like will
Mhm.
like I read this really similar post like 6 months ago that my friend was going through the exact same situation.
Really?
They were the exact ages and everything, and I sent it to her and I was like,
This
is this your boyfriend?
And it wasn't.
And it wasn't.
Ugh.
But I'm like, still, it
That's
could have been. It was
crazy.
exactly the situation and their exact ages and everything. And I was like,
What?
wait, this is wild. This is like the same exact situation that you guys are going through. What
That's
the hell?
crazy.
It's so crazy. Sometimes I see it, I'm like, oh my God.
Imagine.
I do think that sometimes. I'm like, is this Jack?
I'm like,
Jack
who
would
put
never
this?
write on Reddit.
I got a blowjob from my friend's 77-year-old grandmother when I was 16.
Okay, that got dark.
Bye. Cut that out. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching.
Okay, thanks for watching.
Thanks
guys.
for
Love
watching,
you.
and subscribe to this channel because we post Reddit videos once a week on here. And subscribe to our other channel. The link is in the description. And that's all.
Love you.
All right, love ya. Bye.
Bye.